Okay, my friends, this is a big project for me. If you want to watch along, you can. I painted this floor 7 years ago when I built this shop, and it's kind of run down. I used epoxy paint. It's lasted pretty well. I had a couple of minor accidents and I have some burn marks on the floor from my welders, but I am going to empty this whole garage, and this is a monumental task. But we're not predicted to have any rain for the next 10 days, so I'm going to empty everything out of the shop, and then I'm going to repaint the floor, get it all prepped and repaint it. Okay, this is day 2. We got everything out, just about. Now I got to pressure wash the floor and get this thing all prepared. Well, you got 7 years of debris, metal shavings, dust, dirt into this floor. Look at this. This is amazing. These are all metal shavings. And I'll just put that over here with this, so you can see things build up over time. And I just, I checked the weather. The weather said no rain for 10 days. And now it's Friday, and they're saying it might rain on Monday. That's great. It takes 3 days for that epoxy paint to dry before we can drive on it. So I got to get this thing painted today, so I can get at least most of my equipment back in the garage, away from the rain. Okay, so we'll get this all cleaned up, and we'll get our pressure washer ready, and then we'll get back to you. Heavy duty grease off. This is going to work out fine. So we'll clean the floor first, put some of this chemical on it, then we'll pressure wash it and do the walls too, and then we'll be good to do the rest. All right, we'll start at the back. I've got some gouges in the floor, which I filled a long time ago with this putty here, and some paint filled up here, and that's from moving these big refrigerators around here, and with no feet, they scrape the floor. So other than that, once I pressure wash this is going to look great. You probably don't even need to paint the back here, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's the way the floor used to look when I first painted it. Looks pretty good there. Okay, let's see how we did cleaning the floor. Let's see. It's nothing like a white towel to show you all the dirt that's left on the floor. Everybody has an old white towel in their house. This is what we use it for. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, look at that. So do that, dry up the floor, and then what I'm also going to do is close the windows and turn on the heat. This way it'll warm up the floor, and the reason for that is because before I started this project I checked with the weather, and the weather said no rain for 10 days, right? So it took me almost 2 days to get everything out of here. And then I look at the weather report this morning, and there's a chance of rain on Monday, and today is Friday. And it takes 3 days for that epoxy paint to dry so you can drive a car on it. But I'm not putting a car in here, just my tools and my equipment. So I'm hoping that by Sunday night, because I'm also going to put a coat of clear over this. So if I put this epoxy paint on today and let it dry overnight, if it's dry tomorrow, I'll put the clear on it. And then by Sunday night, hopefully, it'll be dry. And then Monday morning, I can get up and, before it rains, if it rains, it may not rain. Weather report could always change again. But I've been waiting a long time to do this floor, and maybe this time around I'll put something down on the floor to protect it. Now I would have gone with those tiles. You can get these tiles for your garage floors, all different colors and designs, and it looks really great. But the problem is, what if you're welding? If you weld like me, that weld hot molten metal, hot molten level will burn it. Like I have burn marks on my floor over there, and you can't get them up. You know, now I could patch it with some little, but I don't know. Probably I'm not going to be able to do this again in the next 7 years. I'm going to have to hire somebody to do it for me. Alright, so let's finish drying this up. Let me close this window here. And we'll turn on the heat and warm things up. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, this is what I'm using. This is for 500 square feet. That's what my garage is, 500 square feet. We're going to use a roller frame tray with a 3/8 snap cover. With an extension pole, we already have that. A squeegee for most effective cleaning, we did that. Stiff bristle broom or scrub brush, we did that. Cleaner and degreaser, we did that. Skid additive, we have that in here. Concrete patch and repair, we did that a long time ago. decorative chips. Now, here's the floor. This is the same floor as I have in my shop. Okay. It looks pretty good. Not the black, the gray. This used to be a garage. So it's very durable, easy to clean. You can drop a crowbar on it and it's not going to chip. So here's the material. There's 2 bags. Let's see, there's 2 bags of this. It's a 2-part epoxy. There's 1, 2 bags. And then we have our flakes. 2 bags of that. And this is anti-skid materials if you want to put it down and mix it in before the paint dries so it gives you more grip. This is good for steps. I don't use these. I've got tons of these around somewhere. Anyway, that's what we got. So let's go out and get the roller and everything in the pan, and then we'll start. I turned the heat on in the garage to 88 degrees to warm it up. Okay, and get started on that. Okay, each pouch covers 200 to 250 square feet. My shop is 500. This is intended for garages only, not for areas that are exposed to sunlight. Ideal temperature. Apply when air temperature is 60 to 85. Right now it's in the low 60s here where I'm at. So I was going to turn the heat off, but now I'm leaving the heat on. And I let it run with the heat on all night to accelerate the drying. Minimum floor temperature for painting is 55 degrees. So I had the heat on there for a while. Hopefully that's going to be okay. Okay, let's get going. Okay, according to the instructions, you have to put pressure on this bag until the seal in here breaks and mixes with the part 2. Oh, there it goes. Now it says to shake the bag for 2 to 3 minutes. Get it, mix it up really well. Now if you're using a roller, you have up to 45 minutes to put this in to get this down on the floor, but it's not going to take me that long. We'll do the back of the garage first, obviously, and then we're going to take those flakes, put them in this bucket, and we'll paint a section at a time, put on the flakes, and then move forward till we get to the garage door. And then we're going to close the door, leave the heat on all night, and hopefully tomorrow when we come here it'll be dried and we'll put the sealer down. Okay, and the bag is flakes, same flakes we have before. There's also anti-skid device on here. It's kind of like really fine sand that you could broadcast and then prevent slipping. All right, let's start working. It's my 3/8 map brush there. Okay, put some rubber gloves on here and put on a mask. And we start painting. Okay, I'll let that drain out. It's okay if we get it on the floor because we're going to paint over that. Let me get my brush. almost hate to paint over that. It's so nice. Ooh. I think I should have not put okay, now it's time to flake. Oh, I just stepped in the paint. It's alright, I didn't need these shoes anyway. Okay, I'm almost done and it's still only on my first pouch. So I bought too much, but I can always use it because now I can paint the sides. Let me finish this up. I got I think just enough flakes left in that to do this little area. So we'll still have a whole bag of flakes and also the paint. Okay, let's get going. Okay, we might as well save this extra paint because we'll use it. Look at, I guess I could have got away with 1 gallon. This might be just enough to do the side walls in there. Okay. Keep it airtight so it doesn't harden. Okay, here we are. It's Saturday morning. Floor is all painted. It dried overnight. Now I have to put a coat of clear on it. And that's coming today in the mail, so we can walk on it, so I may use this time to paint the side walls and get it ready before we put the clear on it. Okay, looking good. Okay, while we're waiting for the clear coat to come in the mail, which is supposed to come today, I'm going to paint the side walls here with this very similar color. Supposedly it's dark gray. It doesn't look dark to me, but anyway, we're going to do the rest of cement while we're waiting for the clear, and then we'll come back and show you what we did. Okay, it's now Saturday afternoon. I just got my delivery of the clear coat. So as you can see, I painted the side walls. I gave it just 1 coat, darker gray, give it a little contrast. So now I'm just going to blow out any loose flakes that are here on the floor. And then we're gonna mix the clear coat right here and start rolling it out. Okay, let's get going here. Okay, I'm gonna squash this, break it. Yeah. There it goes. Squeeze it out of the corners as per the instructions. Shake it up a couple of minutes. Now the reason why I'm putting the clear coat on now is because in 10 hours they can walk on this. But it takes 3 days before you can drive a car on it. But I don't have any intentions on putting a car in here, but I do have some heavy benches and heavy equipment, so I'm going to wait if I can, if the weather holds up. And then I'll paint the walls while I'm waiting those extra days. It's a big process. It's only a 500 square foot shop, but it took a long time to get everything out, and then I found a lot of things in here in the shop that I don't need anymore, just taking up space, so it's time to sell some stuff. All right, I'm going to pour this in, get back to you when we're done, and let it sit overnight. I'm doing the walls closer to the edges first. Make it easier to work in. Okay. All right. You know, it's really hard to see where you start and where you leave off because it's clear. So you can keep track of it. Like I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to go the next section. Okay, I am not going to have enough clear coat from one bag to do this whole floor because I'm putting it on really thick. And so I actually bought two. One package is supposed to be good for 2.5 car garage, so I didn't want to get hung up and be short. So I bought two. And so lucky for me, I get this thing done today. Okay, I stand corrected. I was just able to squeeze out every bit of floor space, I hope. I can't really see, actually, but I'm pretty sure I got the whole thing covered. So what we'll do is we'll let this dry overnight, come back in the morning, check it, make sure we can walk on it, and then I can, while I'm waiting the 3-day period so I can put my heavy equipment on here, we can do the walls. All right, see you later. Okay, so I'm just got this extra long pole here and I'm just making sure I'm fully covered here, and I can see when I paint it around the edges, I can see it's already drying because it's a different color underneath there. So let's see what it looks like in the morning. Okay, it's Sunday morning and the floor isn't totally dry yet. It's a little tacky, but I see that I missed a lot of spots. So I'm going to have to, luckily I bought an extra bag of the clear, an extra package of clear, so I'm going to have to put another coat on it because where the spots I miss the most are the ones I work in all the time. So we're going to mix up another batch and then give it a second coat. It's going to take me an extra day, but it's starting to look good. I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's just about Sunday afternoon. I put a coating of white paint just around the edges so that I can use a roller on the walls. I got another package of clear, and I can see spots that I missed, and I'm wearing these aerator shoes because the floor, I mean, it's pretty dry, but a couple things I noticed here, these spots on the floor, I don't know what that's from. There was no machine over here or anything where it could have been oil. I did clean the floor properly. There could be something that's bleeding through the floor, I'm not sure. There's a bench that goes here. I'm not overly concerned with it. But you can see, like there's a whole spot over here I missed. There's a spot here I missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way from the back forward so I can see the spots I missed better from here. And this looks all good here, except maybe right over here. So Unfortunately, I didn't spread it properly, and that's the way it is. So give it another coat, wait another day for it to dry. Okay, so I gave it the second coat. I'm pretty sure I got everything covered, but I do have some left over, and I'm going to save it in case I have to touch it up. Once you mix this stuff, you have to keep it in a sealed container, otherwise it'll harden. That's a lot. Maybe I should just pour it on the floor. Because that's plenty. It's almost a quart. Alright. Here's what I'm going to do. This is the most used part of the floor. I'm just going to pour it out, spread it out, squeeze it out. Just like that. I don't usually put my car in here. This is basically a shop. But this is the area I work in a lot, because there's benches and tools and everything all on the outer walls. I do notice some discoloration. I'm just wondering if maybe I didn't mix the paint properly. And it is. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Pick that up. Now it's now Sunday afternoon, so Wednesday afternoon you should be ready to walk on. I mean, I can walk on it tomorrow, but it's going to be dry enough to put my tools back in. Okay, looking good. Hope I didn't miss any spots. Okay, it is Monday morning. It's been 18 hours since I put the last coat of clear on here, and I'm fully covered. It's just that some areas are a little thicker. I can see little marks where the clear coat wasn't heavy enough, but it looks like I've got it all covered, which is what my intention was. So now I'm going to remove all the switch plates. I'm going to give this wall just a coat of paint, and then I'm going to start moving my equipment back in here. I still have a lot to do. I have to take that banner down and paint, and it's but anyway, you can see how it's coming along. Pretty good. Okay, it is now Monday night, 8 o'clock. It took us 4 days to get this floor and the walls done. I didn't finish this side of the walls. I wanted to get everything inside, so it was protected, but it's looking pretty good. Even after I gave it 2 coats, I still found spots that I missed. So you have to come up with a pattern when you're doing the floor, so you know you cover the whole area, because it's really hard to see under these lights. So we will close out this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.